Right then, hello and welcome to another brand new series. Today we're having a look at Ford Racing on the Sony PlayStation. Now, this game came out relatively late in the life cycle of the PlayStation 1. It came out in January 2001. The Sony PlayStation 2 was released a few months prior in November 2000. So it came out around about the same time that the PC version of this game was released as well, which was named Ford Racing 2001. Coincidentally, all of the intro sequence, the FMV, was from the PC version because the graphics don't look nowhere near as good on this game. So yeah, this was quite a late bloomer for the Sony PlayStation. Of course, there are some games that came out like in 2003 and so on, but yeah, this is one of the later racers. It got lukewarm reception as well. It wasn't really that good, and you'll see why as well. The AI are pretty dumb, or they knock you out the way. The graphics are pretty subpar, but we'll get into that anyway. We're going to do a whole brand new career on this one, and we'll get on to do our name first. There's not really, you know, many tracks. I think there's 8 tracks and 10 cars or 11 cars or something like that. So it's not a huge game by any stretch, but you do have a career system where you can progress through the careers, unlock new cars and tracks and so on. And it throws you into the Ford Ka season, a very easy championship. There's only 4 races to do. One of them is testing out the Ford Fiesta. So it gives you a little taster of the seasons that are to come later on. A good thing about this as well, though, is that after each championship, you have an option to progress through the championship, so you get promoted in a way, or you can stay back and grind more money in the current championship season that you're doing. And I will probably be doing that for some of the seasons and just getting a bit more money, souping up cars and this, that and the other. So, but to start with though, we have the Ford Ka, and we have 4 races, sorry. We have 2 normal races and 2 sprint races, and we're going to start with Missa Verde in the race for race number 1, I should say. Only 1 lap as well, so these races are incredibly quick to start with. And I'll probably qualify as well. You can get money for qualifying if you get pole position, but you don't get a lot for the first season, obviously. So we'll just jump straight in. I'm just going to keep it on automatic. And this is our lovely machine. And look at the speed. How wonderful. Can't look at the front of your car. You can go in car as well, which, I don't know, with some arcade racers, it is beneficial to be in car, but this one is, you know, staying out of the car in chase view is absolutely fine. I usually stick on this view. Now we're not going to get pole position because I messed up that corner quite royally. But it doesn't really matter. I think it only gives you like a couple of hundred extra, or not even that, if you get pole position. Funnily enough though, qualifying is longer than the race itself. You get 2 laps for qualifying, only 1 lap for the race, so it seems they got that a bit backwards. It should be 2 laps for the race, 1 lap for qualifying, like a qualifying shootout. Well, it says I'm first at the moment though. Even after messing up that 1 corner. But the Ford Ka is painfully slow. As you can see, the car scrubs off a hell of a lot of speed when you go around corners. You don't even have to brake. Just let off the throttle, let the car coast, and it usually gets you around pretty much on the apex itself, but not all the time. I do have the PC version of this game as well. I haven't been able to get it to work 100%, but I will try. And there we go, so we were 6 seconds faster. with a time of 51.364, and that should give us pole position. Hopefully, you can exit anyway. And yeah, we get the pole position then by, not by much, by 0.9 of a second, so just under a second. And does that give us any money? I'm not sure. You only get the money, the tallies at the end of the race, so. Right, race number 1 then, for a single lap. I won't be doing qualifying on every single race, I'm just doing it to show off what the game has. And away we go. Another downside is that you cannot change the livery of the car, so you're stuck with what you're given at the start of the races or start of the career. There is a car, you can't see him because I'm too far ahead, but there is a green Ford car that I would have loved to have driven because it is number 86. But sadly, no, I'm given this ugly looking red machine. Now you can change some of the attributes to the car as well. You can add different engines, body kits, this, that and the other, the further you progress. I don't think there is much you can do with the Ford car. I think you can upgrade the engine just a little bit, give it new tyres, and that is about it. You can't really do much else. And there we go, that was a very long race, wasn't it? And we win! Hooray! With a time of 58.523. Now, you don't have to wait for the other cars to finish and just go to exit and it will take you to the replay, but we don't want to worry about that either. We just want to get to the standings then. So, we get the fastest lap time then and the pole position. Lead race, that does pop up now and again, but I, can't really tell what it does. It doesn't really do much. So yeah, we get 50 credits for pole position, which is pretty worthless, but we do get an extra couple of points as well for getting pole position, an extra 2 points. You get 18 points for a race win, 2 points for pole position, so you get 20 points. Simple as that. So race number 2 then is at Willowdale 1, and again we're in the lovely Ford car. So we're not going to qualify on this one, just going to jump straight into the race this time. It's another 1 lap race. There we go. Sorted. It is a bit of a pain when you have to go through all these sub-menus and this, that and the other, but the loading times are really quick on this game. Quicker than the actual cars themselves. There you go, there's the green car, number 86. Oh well, it's a shame, but what are you gonna do? A very, very good start from us then. So I believe the next race is going to be driving the Ford Fiesta. Like I mentioned, you get given the car that is going to be in the next season as a test car, pretty much, for a one-off little race, just to give you a taster of things to come. And yeah, the Ford Fiesta is going to be next in the career after the Ford Kaz. And that goes up to different Ford models as well. You have like the Ford GT90 and this, that and the other, Ford Taurus. The NASCAR, of course. Now, in the PC version, you get given the Ford Mondeo in the Rapid Fit colours that Alain Menu drove in the British Touring Car Championship. And it does show Alain Menu on the back of the big box version, which I did have back in the day. Only my PC that I had when the game came out, it was not powerful enough to run the game properly, so I couldn't really play the game as I wanted to back then. Man, how times have changed. So yeah, as always, just exit, go to the replay, exit that, and then back to the menus. So, there we go. And again, not a lot of money, only 600 credits. You have to buy upgrades for your cars later on and buy cars, this, that, and the other. But here we go then. For the next race, and we are in the Ford Fiesta, another 1 lap event at Mesa Verde. And this one's going to be over a lot quicker than the previous one. And skip qualify. Yes, that's fine. Just get on with the bloody race, man. Go on. But yeah, as you can see, there's not really much in the way of loading screens or anything like that. The game, it just throws you straight in, which I do approve of, because some games, like Loading Screen Simulator or Monster Trucks, that was literally 5% game, 95% loading screen. At least this is quick fire, so you pick a race, it loads everything while you're still in the menus, really. and then you're straight onto the race, which is really, really good. Which you could tell it was definitely one of the later games of the PlayStation life cycle because of how optimized it was. Right, let's squeeze past the green Fiesta if we can. No, no, come on, no! Last corner. And we got it by a nose hair, there we go. That's what I like to see. Now sometimes the AI are a bit sneaky, they can push you out of the way. They are notorious for pushing you off the track on this game, which was one of the biggest critiques that the critics had for this game when it was released. But no problem that time. We were able to squeeze through. And yeah, fastest lap then. We didn't get the pole position obviously because that was Sumner. But we do get the 500 credits and a little bit extra as well, 50 credits for the fastest lap time. And then back to the Ford car for the last race. Willowdale won again. 2 laps this time now. Some of the sound effects that they use when you select an option in the menu is exactly the same sound effect that they use in Micro Machines V3. Which is quite funny. And there you go. So that little sound effect there. And off we go. My word, the G-forces that you get from these cars, from the acceleration. Goodness me. I'm surprised you got any bones left after the acceleration of these things. I keep changing my view back to the far chase cam. I can change that in the option menu, which I'll do that later. So what I'll do after this episode, or championship, this season, is I'll go through it a couple more times, gain a bit more money, so that I have some extra to play around with, to soup up the new cars that you unlock. And some championships you actually do need to pay an entrance fee. If you don't have the money for the entrance fee, you get relegated back to the previous championship. So it can be a bit of a pain if you do run out of money later on in the career. So that is why I'm going to play it safe, grind for a bit of money, and then just hopefully breeze through the main career, which won't take too long. I mean, this game doesn't have that much to offer, to be fair. The PC version did have a little bit more, but it was the same premise. This is just a diluted version of the PC equivalent, so we have to deal with what we're given, which again isn't that much. And there we go. So we get a full 100% win ratio for the car championship, which isn't bad at all, even though the car only goes literally like 25 miles an hour, but that's beside the point. And there we go. So that is the Ford Car Championship complete. We get the fastest lap time lead race, so I guess it's like over 1 lap. They class you as leading every lap of the race. I don't know. I don't get it. Anyway, an extra 25 credits for the fastest lap time then. So we got 1,225 credits, and we get the maximum points of 73. So we completely wipe the floor with the opponents, which is, again, is not hard to do for the first championship. So, but yeah, this is the end of the season then. We get a bit of extra money for the end of the championship, but we can either accept the promotion for the Ford Fiesta campaign, or we can reject it and go through the Ford Car Championship multiple times just to gain that bit more money. And I think that's what I'm going to do, just to gain a little bit of money, and then we'll progress through to the Ford Fiesta Championship next time. So I'll leave it here for now. Thank you very much for watching this quite short episode of the Ford Racing, the first episode of Ford Racing. And I will see you all next time for Season 2. So thanks for watching, take care, stay safe, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.